Imagine waking up to a business that runs without you. Your calendar's confirmed and all your appointments are done. You have someone that's doing all of your social media and your marketing, and you have people on the phones that are generating sales and business for you. Well, that can become a reality for you because on this video, I am going to show you the 3 systems that you need to create that business that runs without you. And the good news is that it doesn't have to take a lot of time. It doesn't need to be super expensive, and you don't need a huge team to do it. I'm Danny, and over the last 6 years, I've been working with business owners and entrepreneurs just like you to help you earn more money, work less, and have way more fun in your business and in your life. And if that's what you're into, then you are going to absolutely love this video. Let's dive in. Hey, real quick, if we're just meeting, I'm Danny. Thanks for tuning into the channel. So look, whether you have a team already or you don't and you need to hire your first virtual assistant, I want to invite you to book a call down below with my team at All Star VAs. We'll do a full business audit. We'll see what's working for you, what's not working for you, and we'll give you a game plan and a roadmap so that you can scale your business effectively and efficiently so that you can make more money and work less. Book that call. I'll see you on there. And for now, back to the video. The first system, if you're like most busy entrepreneurs and business owners, you're probably overwhelmed and spending way too much time on things like email, voicemail, schedule and calendar management, confirming appointments, and all other administrative items. So the first thing you need to do in order to create that business that runs without you is delegate and get rid of all of your administrative items so that you can focus on the money-making stuff. Now, the cool part about this is that when you delegate this right, you can wake up to a clean email inbox, to all of your appointments for the day and your schedule being confirmed so that you can just focus on those money-making activities. All right, so in practice, how do you do that? So the first thing that I did actually when I became a real estate agent a long time ago after leaving being an attorney for a couple years is that I hired an assistant. Now at the time, VAs just weren't a thing, virtual assistants. And so I hired someone in-house, a physical person that came into the office way back in the day. I know that doesn't happen too much anymore. And I believe at that time, such a long time ago, we were paying my assistant somewhere between $3,500 and $4,000 a month. Now, that's a lot of money, but the reason that I did it is so that I could go out on listing appointments and meet with buyers and do all that money-making stuff that was going to generate revenue for the business. So how do we do that now, and how do we do it in a cost-efficient way? The good news is that that system is already here. So the first thing that you need to do is hire a virtual assistant that is an executive admin. This is the most important position to hire first. Now, a lot of clients that come to us at All Star VAs actually want to hire someone else first, like a social media manager or an inside salesperson. That's someone who makes phone calls. I'll talk about both of those positions in just a little bit. But believe me when I tell you that the most important thing you can do is make sure that your administrative systems are all taken care of. So what you do is you hire an executive admin assistant first, and that person takes over all of your admin so that you don't have to worry about any of that stuff anymore. Let me show you 2 actual things that we do. The first thing is called our backlog template. So the backlog template is something that you do a brain dump into all the time in terms of every idea, every thought, everything that you're thinking that needs to happen, that you need to do. All of those things go into the backlog template. Your executive assistant is responsible for actually looking at that, making sure that all of those things are either done, discussed, or saying that they don't need to be done. Your email, your voicemail, your text messages in a perfect world, and also oversee the rest of your team. Now, again, you don't need a big team, but in order to accomplish this, I'm going to show you how to do it. Now, don't worry about all the other positions. You have to nail that executive admin assistant before you move on to all of the other things in your business, because I would just want you to imagine, again, if all of your admin is taken care of for you and you don't have to worry about it, first of all, how much more time would you have in the day to do all of the things that you want to do? And second of all, how much free your mind be once all of those things are gone? And that's why we always recommend at All Star VAs that first position is an executive admin assistant. Now, down below in the description, I actually have a link to download something awesome that's going to help you understand exactly what the executive admin playbook looks like for your business. So you can go ahead and download that for free and check it out and see how it'll apply to your business. All right, now that you have the admin side of your business taken care of, the next thing that you want to delegate is all of your marketing, social media, and things that are actually going to start to bring business in, but that actually suck up a lot of your time. And so for that reason, system 2 is our marketing and social media. So for that, what we're going to do is we're going to hire a marketing manager or social media manager. You can really call this person whatever you like. And what that person is going to do is they're going to take over all of your social media accounts. Now, I know what you might be thinking, man, that sounds so scary. And you also might be thinking, I spend so much time on social media. How am I going to give that up? Well, listen, you can still jump on there in your free time and scroll social media and watch YouTube videos like this, right? But what it's going to free you up to not have to think about is, how do I generate business from my marketing from your social media? Because at the end of the day, what you want to be doing is you want your marketing to be working for you 24/7. You want to make sure you're posting with the right frequency. You want to make sure that your marketing is actually generating leads or potential clients for your business, not just doing it for fun. Unless you want to do it for fun, which you still can. And so the idea is, when you hire a marketing or social media manager, what that person's going to do is they are actually going to go out in the marketplace and they're going to research, based on what you tell them your goals are, other accounts that you can model in order to create an effective social media and marketing presence. So let me give you some examples. The first thing that a social media manager would do, for example, if you hired them, is to go, hey, Danny, give me 5 accounts that you really want to be like. And I would give them those 5 accounts. And then that person would go out, they would actually look at the top performing posts from those 5 accounts, and they would model them. And they would say, all right, Danny, here's the top performing posts. I've transcribed these using AI. And based on your goals, we're going to model these posts, not copy. We're going to model these posts to create your social presence. Here's how many times you're going to be posting a week. Here's what that's going to look like. And then from that, actually going to create a content calendar for you to go out, shoot a couple videos. You can batch shoot those. It's not going to take you a long time. And then they're going to edit all of those up and they're going to post those on social media. They're going to interact and engage with your followers and with the people who watch your content in order to get you and start generating some business without you having to do it. So just as an example, my social media manager, here's an example of what the content calendar looks like. Here's an example of what the weekly reel schedule looks like for social media. So whether I'm in the office, out of the office, meeting with clients, on vacation, these things are getting posted for me. And then my social media manager is interacting with all the folks that are watching these things in order to generate business and generate interest in what we do. So they can also create lead magnets for you. Things like the Ultimate Productivity Playbook that I offered you a little bit earlier on, the executive assistant, right? So they can create things like that for your business, ebooks, emails, newsletters, anything that you want in terms of marketing, managing your database, creating your workflows in your database. So my marketing manager actually works within CRM, our customer relationship management system, which is Go High Level. I actually have a link for that below if you want to try that out and see how it powers our entire business using AI workflows and automations. But my marketing manager oversees all of that and also goes in and builds all of these awesome workflows to make sure that we are following up with all of our clients and that we're engaging with all of our prospects so that no prospect gets left behind in the system. Because what so many business owners and entrepreneurs do is they generate all these leads up at the top of the funnel, and then they just go right out through the back door at the bottom because they're not re-engaging these folks. So that is system number 2, which is your marketing and your social media. And system number 3 is your actual sales system. So a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners, and you might be in this category, feel like they need to be on the phones all day making sales calls. If you're not making sales calls, who's generating sales for your business? And this applies whether you're a real estate agent or a doctor or a lawyer or a CPA. You got to be on the phones, making business happen. So the next thing that you could do is you could hire a salesperson for your business that is actually going to be on the phones making those calls for you. We call those people inside salespeople. Now, the reason that this is the third position you hire, not the first position, is because you got to have all the systems set up right for this person to come in and be able to be successful. If you hire this person first, that can be a big mistake. It can work out in some cases, but if you don't have the right systems, the admin system, the marketing system, you're not really going to have the operations ready for an inside salesperson to come in. So we have inside salespeople on my team. When I do, for example, a couple weeks ago, I spoke at a conference to 400 realtors. What my inside salespeople will do after that is they'll call those realtors and follow up, see what they thought about the presentation, see if you can use any help from our team at All Star VAs to help them staff, to help them implement systems and automations and AI into their business. So you can see how that works. So whatever line of work you're in, whatever your business is, an inside salesperson can be an invaluable asset if it's done right. So now, guys, I know what you're thinking. You're probably saying, Danny, how much is all this going to cost? And this seems like it's so hard to implement. Well, look, here's the thing. Back in the day, I told you earlier in the video that when I hired my first assistant, that was a $3,500 to $4,000 a month job. The good news is that you can actually hire all three of these people for a fraction of that cost, actually for probably about half of that cost in your business. But the other good news is that you don't have to hire all three at the same time. The first thing you want to do is you want to hire that admin assistant, executive administrative assistant for your business, because that person is going to go in and do all of your admin work so that you can then move on to step 2 and step 3. And the other good news is that at All Star VAs, what I do, what my company does, is we focus on implementation and execution. Finding a virtual assistant is actually pretty easy. It's the execution and the implementation that's the part that is going to get you from where you are to exactly where you want to be. And if you want to know the system for that, then I want you to check out this video right over here.